I'd been looking around for ways to keep our meat organized and kind of in the same spot and just not looking all crazy, and then finding what I'm actually looking for. And I didn't like any of the methods, like the baskets or the buckets or the bags. That was just a little too much, a little too messy. Just, I wasn't into it. But I did see this one video, I think it was on YouTube. I didn't like his method, but I liked the idea. And then the husband was able to kind of take that and do this for me. So I'm going to show you how we did that, or how he did that, and the process of that, and then I'll show you how it looks in this other freezer. Although this freezer is not organized because I had to shove everything in other places. So here you go. So this is the way this is organized. This is called plastic cardboard, and I love the way this separates everything, and it's moldable. If I want to take it out, I can take it out, or like move them around. And then it's just awesome. I need to label it, but again, this is a super hot mess because I had to shove everything around to make room to be able to defrost that one and to make that. So here we go. For this project, you'll need this. This is called the plastic cardboard, and this is exactly what it is. White corrugated plastic sheet, measuring tape, a box cutter, we just changed, or the husband just changed the actual blade to it, and a drill with this bit on it. This brand is the Milwaukee Hole Dozer. And this is to make the holes on the cardboard. This is the freezer. This is a Whirlpool. This, I think it's 15 cubic feet. And you need to measure across this way, and the depth, like how deep it is. We'll put measurements in the comment box for this freezer, but they really won't help. It's more of the method because every freezer is different. The size of freezer that you have is going to be totally different from this one, most likely. Even brands have different sizes, and you might want more squares or less squares. So this is more of a method video versus you need to do it exactly like this because XYZ. You know what I mean? So on to the rest of it. And the way I want it set up for this is I want one going straight across right here, and then one divider here and one divider here. And you have to take into account if you're doing multiple slots. Most freezers have like that seat, I call it. So be aware of that when you're taking your measurements. Another useful thing, a Sharpie or something to draw a line with, and a straight edge. This is just a board that we had laying around, and that's what we're gonna use for that.
And since these have lines, I just use that as a guide, so I know I'm picking this line and I'm going straight to the end of it. And then I got a little off there, but I could be in the bottom. So take this. This goes in there. That would be the center divider. And I mean, you can move this however you want. If you want small shells.
Yeah, it's adjustable however you want.
Right in the middle.
I prefer, yeah, we prefer right in the middle. And then the other two, put that back real quick. We'll go right there and right here, and then I'll have 6 little sections. So because we want 2 panels, which will be the 3 different dividers, he did 13 inches here, and then 13 inches here, and then half between this and that for a notch for the dividers to sit in. So you want to cut essentially this cell out all the way to the half, and then the same way over here, cutting this cell out. I know that sounds a little weird, but it'll make sense when you see what we mean. And then that's this side done with the 2 notches.
So now we can actually drill the holes. And this, I just sort of guesstimated. I just did it at random. It doesn't really matter where you do it.
Yeah.
And this is cutting into my table a little bit. So I think, to me, I found the best way is to catch speed before you actually start drilling into it. And then once you're drilling, since we're not going deep, if we were going deep, I would just go straight down. But since we're not, I kind of just roll it around the edges just to cut it. So I pick up speed before I even start to move it down. And I find that to be the easiest, cleanest way.
That's what it looks like. So just dust it off. I mean, you could really go in and sand it all and try to get it all nice and clean. I don't really care about that. I just care about maybe some of like the bigger pieces, but it's fine like that. Just dust it off.
So it'll go like this.
And now he's gonna measure the area where he's going to cut the notch out so it sits into the notch that's cut right there. And that's exactly in the half. The holes and yep. So these are the 2 panels. He already put this one in. And this is why you cut the notch on this and on this. So it fits nicely, but it's still flexible, but stable. And this is personal preference, the height. You could definitely go a little bit lower. I just like it higher. You know, to each their own. Find out how you like it. And then that is how this works. Flowers, I hope you enjoyed this video. You know, kind of just do it yourself and do what works for you, as is in our life. I will have a little bit more detail down below. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out and I'll get back to you. Again, the measurements, I don't really know if I'll put the measurements for this because it's not gonna be the same for your freezer. Our freezer that we have over here is completely different to this size freezer. So I reiterate, it is the method more so than exact instructions or exact details. But this is awesome. I love the way that this works. And then if you follow me on Instagram, once this is all organized, I will show how it looks organized. And then once we fill this up, I'll show that as well. In case you were wondering what this is a thermometer for the freezer. And it's hooked up to, is it to our phones?
Yeah.
To our phones, and there's like a little
hub.
A little hub that we have in our living room. It's because the freezers and the meat in the freezers are large investments, and we want to make sure that, you know, the freezers don't die or they get unplugged or anything happens to where it goes, like they defrost and essentially go bad. So this is just like an insurance situation for us. Highly recommend that because things happen. I hope you have a beautifully blessed rest of your day and I'll see you in a new video soon. Bye, flowers.